I'm not for your day today, no?
Me know. I know for your time. I know for your time now neither.
After 11 now.
By 11 you come to me. You must hear some of the on radio. You're 5 minutes early. Take 2 out tight and talk to me. I mean, I want to hear longer from you.
Okay, 2 minutes.
Yes.
Me want to know. We have an office of disaster preparedness and emergency management. And I'm going to focus on disaster preparedness. Let me give you a little history.
And what?
2000.
I know what the history is. What's the problem now? What's the problem now?
When hurricane, when them Ivan when they come, me and just over Carnival Court sometime, and me drive, me take taxi, 6 trips to make that taxi, and me tell the people them cut some of the trees as many as possible before the storm come, because that is the way we're going to get back light quick. We have tractor, labor right tractor, about 5 of them Thursday. They root up the earth, they clean, so them are clean drain. You understand? For this go down in the culvert, go block it. We tell the people and we tell them, say, listen, the money what them have, pull the money and pay some people to help cut some of the trees them. Those people have government for. And if we find a way to swindle to make some money out of a natural disaster, you understand me? And a lot of the trees.
No, I don't understand.
This is the only hurricane. This is the only hurricane since Ivan where me couldn't, because circumstances beyond my control, why I wasn't out there before the hurricane organized to cut down some of these trees. You understand? The citizens have a role to play. Citizens have a role to play. And the government have a role to play. And we have an office of disaster preparedness and emergency management. And when I got to Moncure yesterday, half for Gully and Seven Rivers, all the tree they were brought down from the line near the pay office. It's just because of circumstances beyond my control. Why that? Where are the politicians? With them tractor and them French tractor. Even
I don't know. I don't understand what your issue is. I don't understand. You're mixing up so many things in one.
JPS, they do a little cutting every now and I'm saying, we have a government. All right, let me make a recommendation. Can you understand? Going forward, if you have a tree on your property, a big old tree,
yes,
in case of a hurricane, and it might fall and damage the power line, you cut it.
Everybody tell you that you don't need no hurricane season if you know that.
Enforce that.
Enforce what? What must government do? If them enforce anything, you come say Andrew Holness government badness. Them tell you every time, do not have overgrown trees in your yard, particularly near power line. No matter if it's January to December.
Well,
so what you're saying?
Miss Crooks, don't do that.
Don't do what?
Because when Andrew come and take people constitutional rights and you don't have a problem with it, we have a problem with it.
What rights did he take away?
When Andrew come and do nonsense and you don't have a problem with it, I don't know why you
Stick to the point. Stick to the point. Because you're saying that government must enforce what?
You don't tell me about me when you come here and talk about government.
What must government enforce with the trees? Go back to that.
The government must enforce it. If the people are not cutting it,
yes,
the government must cut it, parish council must cut it, and put
Jesus.
it to the property tax. You understand me? What we ask government for? A lot of people, why is it okay? Since government never enforce, why the money what them have them own caretaker, farmer caretaker tractor, and I want to say too much. Why they never enforce?
Tell you what. No, I am going to be on. I'm going to be on tomorrow. No, you're not making any sense today. We'll come again tomorrow.
What you just told me about government budget, it cut me the wrong way.
Why? Why did it cut you the wrong way? Because it's true.
This government, I am saying, the time when they take it, every hurricane is coming to Jamaica. They should do it too. You out there that take tractor that mess up road, 50 block drain. Why did that some of the trees did not cut? Even yesterday I was cutting trees.
No, comrade.
This whole comrade was cutting trees.
Stop now. Put some water in your mouth and let's be reasonable. The ask for all of us always is, whatever time of the year,
And I'm saying the government.
The government cannot enforce it. Certainly not the way you're saying. It can't work like that.
I said the citizens. I said, whenever Christian government said citizens have a role to play, and because citizens have a role to play, the poor people all we have a role.
There's no crime committed, comrade, by an overgrown tree on your premises or in the vicinity of your premises. So if you're talking about unconstitutional action, that is where it would come in. There's no crime. It is dangerous, but no crime is committed, and you cannot punish people where there's no crime. That is the point I'm making.
You can put a policy in place.
No.
That's why things that we need to enforce. Telling people alone if we go in and lock up their shop from how much o'clock. And these are some things where we can, because if you talk to people, Miss Cook, they will listen.
No,
The
so
people
so
will listen.
no.
Some will obey, some will not obey.
What we have now, which is a dreadful thing, regrettably so, we have reports of at least one life lost by a tree falling down on a house. You do not need any enforcement beyond that, or eyes should be wide open to the risk.
We have too many trees coming down on power lines, and I'm saying, okay, take out the word enforcement, because nobody ever enforce me. I not enforce nobody, and them listen to me. That's what I'm saying. If we can talk to the people, because we have a responsibility, and the government have a responsibility. That is why you have an office of disaster preparedness and emergency management, and I don't think we were prepared enough.
No, comrade, no, that's not fair. Not fair. What do you mean we were not prepared enough? What you mean we were not prepared enough? So prepared were we that even preemptive, the government met the entire area, disaster area, for 7 days and called curfew to save us from ourselves.
Mr. Why the tree? That's why we never go in and cut more trees. Why is it? Because it's me that do it. Every time I'm depression is heading towards Jamaica. Why is it that it was not done? Why?
This is what I'm saying to you.
I am saying all of us have a role to play, and a lot of communities would have gotten back power if some of these trees were not down. That's all I'm saying.
Let me ask you something. Why you never cut for your tree them before the 3rd of July?
You know, you me cut them all the while. But I'm saying in the community, it was circumstances beyond my control.
Yes, why you couldn't go?
Me and a government. They never vote me, they vote for Andrew Holness.
Okay.
And you know that. You defend them too much, you're a defender.
It is not a defense. Your argument this morning is not really... No, you're not...
Argument. I've done it every...
You've done much better.
I have done it every...
Repeating the same nonsense doesn't make it sensible.
What, to cut down trees is nonsense?
No, but you call for government to do whatever. Listen,
So
let's take responsibility.
That said the government and the people. Why you not talking about the people? I said the government and the people must take responsibility.
That's
what I said.
I'll be back tomorrow. Come back in better form. Thank you for the call. I have to take a break.
Hello. Good morning, man. How are you?
Not too bad. You?
Oh, I'm all right, hanging on in there.
Good. Who is this?
One Mr. Winston.
Welcome, Winston.
All right. Listen. I'm asking you, please. I hear talk to the minister this morning. And the taxpayers of this country are hoping them make money to give to the people who got hurt. He must have got through the taxpayers thing, so that a taxpayer, people who house is damaged.
He must go what?
He must do the taxpayer thing.
Meaning you remember, he said there are 3 different phases. One, there is relief, there's recovery, and there's restoration.
Yes.
So you're talking about restoration now, to get houses and so forth back up.
Yes.
And you think that if money is to be given out, he must start give taxpayers first?
Yes, because a for them place and them who are pay the tax.
It can't go so, because then you'd have to then talk about what percentage of tax you pay. Do you get help based on the amount of taxes you pay, and so the poor will always get less?
So how you going to do it? Give the politician the money?
Well, what he said is it's really recovery that's the crucial area. Recovery is to make sure that government infrastructure and those things are back up so we can get production.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have to consider in the reconstruction phase where there's never going to be enough money to get people where they're supposed to go. He's now going to have to look at what we have and think of how is it that people can be assisted. So there's no set formula yet, but the one you're proposing, Winston, is very dangerous. Very dangerous. Think about it. If it's taxpayers, which taxes you're going to use?
My property.
Yeah?
And my property get damaged. How am I going to estimate me? How am I going to do it?
What about the poor who not pay taxes, Winston?
All right. But you see?
Them not forget none.
Yes.
How?
But the people who pay taxes,
yes,
the people who pay taxes every year, them people there, and I fill them business place and I fill them houses and so damaged.
No.
Or you go and make the money available to
everybody hosts taxpayer, non-tax-paying people get damaged. There's a very dangerous thread in your argument. Let me take a break.
Yes, Mr. Steve, I would like to know how they're going to work that out, because you see, if you give the politicians the money, the people who get hurt get a dime,
Why do you say that?
Yes, them now get nothing.
Well, no, why do you say that?
Them take it for themselves.
Winston?
Yes.
There has been... There's an allegation at the moment concerning one former minister, and the matter is before the court. Apart from that, I do not recall any other in recent times where I've heard of politicians pocketing money that is meant for the people. So what is the basis of your assertion that politicians will take the money, put it in their pocket?
The basis is that when we see the rainfall with there, and we see the gully them, but then say them clean. It's not clean.
No, but how you
never clean,
if the money not clean, not the people them when them pay for clean it, not clean it good, why you say them put in them pocket?
Because had they go ahead and see to it that these areas clean, things would have much better. But them not going nowhere.
So who must supervise the work now? You want your MP to supervise the work?
The councillor. I think him job that.
Okay.
He might get back of money to do it, and don't ramp with the people.
It's not a bag of money. I believe 5 million. In fact, I have Minister Morgan now to tell me how much money is given when and what is the schedule for cleaning gullies. But this argument that we have all the time about politicians pocketing money, it is such a it's such a false statement. I know the history that we have had in the country, but in recent times, politicians really don't even touch money themselves. There are various agencies that get it. Even the CDF fund, there's a particular way in which the money is used.
All right.
Yeah.
Step back my word.
But I'm watching to see how the money that is coming from the contingency fund, the natural disaster fund, I'm watching to see how it is to be spent and who is going to get what. I will promise to do that on your behalf and others. All right?
Please.
Thank you for the call.
Down by South Manchester.
Yes.
South Manchester. All while in car St. Elizabeth and Clarendon and then jump Manchester. But it get wicked bleak to the people them down there now have no job per se to go.
No job?
No job. I just farming them though.
Then a big job that?
Yeah, when you look on the house them, Jesus have mercy. I want to hope my God help them to go through it.
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for the call.
All right, good.
Hello, Mr. Shield.
Salah.
What you say?
You heard the minister answer your question?
Minister answer? Oh, that's a class?
So you didn't hear?
No, I wasn't here.
Okay.
Coming off the road.
Yes, he said he spoke to the council and the council said it is not true that drain has never been cleaned.
When?
But he couldn't give me. I've asked him for the contact for this specific councillor so I can make some direct inquiries of the councillor. I don't have it yet.
Ask anybody around here and there.
No, I'm not going to ask anybody else. I just give you the answer to say we're still asking some more questions.
Yeah, but it's not true.
When we get the answers from the council.
I can't remember that this could ever been clean.
Yeah, but you talked to me about that already Friday. I don't want to go back over it. What else you called me for? Good to have you.
Yes, I listened to Winston a while ago, speaking to you.
Yes.
And he's saying that we shouldn't give the government the donation, the money that, the government shouldn't be allowed to get the money to spend. Right?
I don't know that it doesn't even work like that. Government doesn't really get, MPs don't get money in hand like that, I don't think you guys understand the process. They don't get it. There are agencies of government. That's why I just called Morgan to make me understand the money that goes for drain cleaning.
Listen to Morgan.
Eh?
I don't listen to Morgan because I
that's
hear
the
him,
problem.
but I won't give my ears to him because.
But that's the problem. Who you listen to?
You can't listen to somebody who is government are messing up the thing.
Messing up what?
Mrs. Shield.
No, messing up what? No, divert. Just answer. What?
Yes.
What them a mess up?
What they do with all the 70 billion that they get for COVID grant? What have they done with it? What they bought with it to help out the poor and needy?
With 70 billion that.
70 billion that they accept it, that they got that.
But tell me something. If the country get money,
yes,
you think is the Prime Minister the agencies give the money to?
So regardless who the money goes to, Mrs. Shield, what have they done with it apart from Dr. Clark give us $10,000 in grant?
This is the problem. This is the problem. The country starts doing well and we get ungrateful. It is ungrateful. We've never ever had a situation, never been in a situation where in the midst of any crisis as it was with the pandemic, the country is able to give back money to the people. Are you making a problem out of that?
What have they done with the 70 billion?
You tell me, because I don't know about the 70. Let me see what them say out there. About 70 billion for COVID.
And you tell me...
No, when you come here, I want you to come and read an article from a reputable source for me, because I'm not the repository of all knowledge.
Yes.
But you don't just come ask. Let me find out. 70 billion for COVID grant?
Billion they say they got for COVID grant.
Where did they say it's to go?
Pardon me?
Where did the authorities or the agencies who gave the government, where was it to go? Was it to go in into hospital, whatever?
Yeah, but have you seen anything like they buy anything like beds or equipment for the hospital? Because it's for COVID in most for the hospital. No. What have they done with it?
I don't ask myself questions like that. When agencies give money, they don't give it to the Prime Minister. They don't give it to individual ministers. It goes through. They too have to account.
What we understand that they done with it, they may understand. Maybe some of the little narrative, the argument that they put it into the consolidated fund, right? That's how the money.
So if money has gone into the consolidated fund, Salah, then you look to the budget to see how the money is allocated to be spent.
Yes, so if the money don't spend.
What do you mean some money don't spend? You ever listen to budget and hear who get what for what?
The money didn't spend that way because the hospital. You see what happening in our hospital?
No, I'm not gonna. No. I'm not gonna.
There are no beds.
I'm not gonna answer that question like that.
No, answer it.
No, I cannot answer your question because one, you don't even come to cite an article for me so I can check it to properly inform myself. I don't keep in my mind how much money come as you. You just come float this thing so and expect to just talk on it without more.
No.
I'm gonna have to look. Let me look and see something about this money. But go on to something else.
Yes, and what Winston said about people who pay taxes, they should get what he's saying. They should get the money, whatever.
Yes.
What kind of nonsense is that?
Well, I deal with them already, so I think him changing mind about it.
Because everybody pays, every one of us, whether you're working or not, have to pay taxes. As long as you consume anything out here, everything that you go and purchase out here.
Not everything, but some things GCT on, yes.
Right. So when you hear...
But he seemed to have been talking about property taxes, because I'm saying, taxes on property.
That's a different thing. Remember, you're obligated to pay that. Right? So you have to pay your property tax. We're talking about the poor and needy out there who have to pay this absorbent amount of taxes and whatever they consume. When Dr. Clark talking about there are no new taxes, you think he could ever venture and put any direct taxes on anything out there? When he's collecting billions and billions on top of billions of money that were projected to collect.
What you saying?
He collect. He collect.
And what? What is wrong?
GCT. GCT.
What is so wrong with it?
Huh?
What is so wrong with a lot of taxes coming in because of expansion in tax collection measures?
Saying to you, nothing is wrong with it.
Yeah.
But he could never come about. He needs his staff how he collect those that amount of money, and don't have to introduce new taxes.
But it's clear. It's explained a million times how that has happened.
Say nothing. He just come with it and flirt it all.
No, you clearly don't listen to Nigel Clark. You can never get him to talk for 3 minutes because he provides expansive background to what he's saying and gives you a prepared script. So the problem is that you're not listening, so you hear whatever you want to hear from other sources. No, you're not.
I'll tell you something.
You're not.
I out there, and
you should rejoice that you live in a country where for so many consecutive years no new taxes. You should rejoice.
Are you coming with it?
But there are no new taxes.
Following that.
Not following that. Where are the new taxes? You're going to debate that as well?
I will have to pay taxes on bread. When I buy a bread now, I have to pay taxes on it.
When did that happen? When did that happen? If that is so, that is GCT. When did it happen?
Oh, you mean when it happened? Not this government, yeah.
When?
There were no taxes on bread, you know.
Look here.
There were no taxes.
I am so glad that I'm up on meditation. Come back to me tomorrow with some better arguments. Write them down and come to me.